Today I'm going to talk about workplace sexual abuse. Not about the laws around it, but I would like to talk about this issue that had happened in Gurgaon where a man had committed suicide because of the allegation of workplace sexual abuse on him, and after that proved innocent. I've just before this created a video on is fear the right way of running the society the way Indian society works. Ever since this concept of females' rights, equality are coming up, there's a huge efforts to get females the rights, which is used less, abused more. Normally a girl on a road getting abused, my niece had once questioned me that she told me about an incident where she felt that the guy might have approached her to abuse her, and I said, then why didn't you raise an alarm? And she said, पता थोड़ी है कि वो कुछ करता कि नहीं करता. I said, raising an alarm and calling the police for your protection doesn't mean that you're saying that person is going to do it. You could actually tentatively ask for support, because at that time the parents weren't around, nobody else was around, so it's not a bad idea to sometimes trust your intuitions and just ask for support. So in many cases when it's a genuine fear, the girls don't approach the authorities. But obviously this happens in the rape case and this happens in the workplace sexual abuse cases, both ways, or in the case of any law which is there, even the dowry cases, even any other law. If there is a law, there is a way to abuse it also. So one way to approach this is also to understand that the main aim of the law is to see that these things doesn't happen again. अगर रेपिस्ट को अगर आप हैंग टू डेथ भी करते हैं, that doesn't resolve anything. मेंटालिटी चेंज होनी चाहिए सोसाइटी की, मेंटालिटी चेंज होनी चाहिए आदमियों की, मेंटालिटी चेंज होनी चाहिए हर रेपिस्ट की, even if the female is abusing a man. It's as simple as that. The mentality has to change. So how much efforts are we putting into making this change happen? Are we putting enough efforts to bring this mentality change? And for this mentality change, what needs to happen? There needs to be an understanding of the other gender, respecting their needs. Not only the man needs to respect the needs of the female, but the other way around also. And bringing up a mutually respectful environment for both. For that, you really need to understand the other. But that's something which is going amiss. Indeed, what knowing others, we somehow have even forgotten to even know our own selves. We are not trying, we are so much stuck into the idea of seeing things, how things are externally being putting us, pressurizing us. We have forgotten to look at ourselves and understand what our needs are and forgot to empathize with others. everything has become mechanical. There was a time when during an interview, people would judge the other from a lot of non-behavioral acts of theirs. Now, even we psychologists basically train people to present their best foot. So somewhere down the line, there's a lot of masks that we have worn on our faces, and inside us, there's all confused person who doesn't know what the person wants. हम खुद को नहीं समझ पा रहे, दूसरों को क्या समझेंगे? But to reduce all these issues, the major issues of rape, workplace sexual abuse, many other issues, we have to be sensitive towards each other. We have to basically bring the human part of us and treat the others as human. We have to be sensitive, caring. Interestingly, I was discussing this with one of my colleagues today morning, and we were talking about the concept of feminism and how it has been abused over the years. Feminism is now become almost equal to being a man. And being a man who was as abusive, so now it is my revenge time. I'm being the man. And losing this whole feminine quality of nurturing, caring, understanding, which, and yes, most of the studies do talk that, every female has the male and the female qualities in one side, and the male other way around has the male and the female qualities. Now there's so much of appreciation of the aggressive male quality that the feminine qualities are being lost. Whereas we even need to bring up this feminine quality of understanding each other, caring for each other, nurturing each other. These issues of sexual abuse, this issue of workplace sexual abuse, a lot of other issues would just be resolved without anything. Anxieties would be resolved, depressions would be resolved, because there's so much of lack of human touch which has happened now. There's so much of lack of human touch. There's so much of lack of trust in one another. These basic qualities of life are being lost somewhere, and these are one of the major reasons of India becoming the most depressed country in the world. Anxiety increasing like anything, personality disorders increasing like anything, medical issues increasing like anything. It is about the whole absence of the nurturance of the human by the other human is being lost. So we need to have law and order in its place for rape issues. We need to have law and order in its place for workplace sexual abuse. But on the other side, there needs to be a very active actions to basically actually make the person sensitive, human, empathic, nurturing, caring. We have to rebuild the feminine qualities in our culture, which has been lost. The females have also become the aggressors. The males were anyway the aggressors. The feminine quality from the male and the female are being lost. And nobody's caring about the other. It is almost become like a jungle, surviving for the fittest. There are obviously other reasons also because of the economical up and down, population increase, which is basically impacting lack of resources. So other issues there, but ultimately what are we looking at? We are looking at understanding the other. We are looking at the need of being human. The need to be cared, trusted. We really need to trust each other, otherwise we'll bloody cut each other down. We need that. So workplace sexual abuse should not be just seen as an idea of putting fear into the minds of the employees that अगर ये करोगे तो ये consequences है. It has to bring up the whole concept of nurturing the other, understanding the other, caring for the other, which has to come both ways. I don't say it has to come one way. I am completely not in the favor of the fact that nowadays workplace sexual abuse law is only against the men and not against the females, whereas it is being abused. So anyway, law coming out again might be abused the other way around also. So we just need to bring that quality. We really need to make people understand, sensitive of each other. They have to care for each other. There has to be gender sensitivity which has to be brought out to handle this case. Thank you.